Welcome to the Midlife Leap, a lifestyle talk show for women in midlife. I'm your host, Sanita Johnson, and I am so excited to share with you tips and interviews on topics ranging from business, career, current news, fashion, products, health, travel, and so much more. And also, because I'm known as the Midlife Leap Coach, I'll share some of my signature Midlife Leap coaching tips. So come on, let's reignite and reimagine our midlife journey together. Thank you, Adrian, for joining us today. We're so excited.
No problem. Excited to be here.
So, ladies, Adrian M. White is an award-winning brand strategist, web designer, marketing coach, speaker, industry influencer, and YouTuber. She specializes in helping women service-based business owners develop their brands, their website, and processes that attract and convert more clients so that you can get to that six-figure income, or should I say just six-figure business. So in 2013, she launched AMW Marketing and Design and has worked with hundreds of small businesses and nonprofits across the nation. So Adrian, one of the biggest changes midlife women want is to start their own business. If someone was to come to you, where do you start?
Man, great question. There's a lot to starting a business before even coming to like a company like mine where we're doing branding and web design. You want to make sure you establish the business as a legal entity, online. So as an LLC, or if you're going to be a sole proprietor, that would be the very first steps. But after that, if you have the business on your heart, basically they would come to me, book a call with me, and we will discuss what they're looking for with their brand and with their website and the different services that they want to offer.
And how do you actually, I don't know, what's the creativity behind your branding? Because I've seen quite a few of your amazing logos and your websites, from weddings to hairstylists.
I would say that our aesthetic is definitely a feminine aesthetic with it. One of the primary reasons that we work with female entrepreneurs is because we like to produce brands and websites that are colorful, may have some glitter to it. Having a nice aesthetic with it.
Okay, we know branding is vital. Clarify what a brand is, because I think a lot of people get confused.
Okay, sure. So your brand is basically your online visual identity. So when you think about if you were to go to someone's Facebook page, like a business page or Instagram profile or their website, they have a brand that is the colors that they're using, it's the fonts that they're using, it's their logo, it's all of those different assets that give the look, feel, and personality of their online representation or their visual representation.
Okay. And so how does a person, how do you help them establish that brand? If that's a good question.
Yeah, so to establish a brand, the first thing that you really need to do is dig into who you are. So for us, we do a brand narrative and identity consulting, typically is our very first step. No matter if you've had a business for 20 years or you're starting your very first business. And in that, we talk about what is the personality of your brand, which would sometimes it's your personality. We also will talk about who your target customer is, who your competitors are. Let's see what else. Those are the main things, your mission and vision statement. So before you ever even start with creating a brand design, so like your color scheme and stuff, you need to know that basic information before.
So what if a startup, a woman business owner comes to you and she's like, I have no idea. I have no idea who I am. I know who I'm targeting. I'm targeting kids or the moms,
Mm-hmm.
but I really don't know the personality. How do you dig that out? Or is that your job? Is that something they need to have already established before they come to you?
Most of them don't have it established when they come to me because they don't even know that they need that, to create their brand and their website. So we work with them to help create it for them. And for the personality specifically, usually it could be a bigger version of your own personality. A lot of times it's very closely related to different characteristics that you have.
Okay. Now, my colors are like bronze, uh, earth tones.
Yeah, I see from your background.
Yeah. So what does that kind of say about my brand?
So the bronze and the earth tones, that's a good question. So I would say I don't know like off of memory the exact, what exact colors mean for everything, but a lot of times darker tones can be a little heavier. So it means that your brand is like a little bit more serious instead of light and bright. So definitely that we're taking you serious. I'm assuming that the colors are a little darker because you also are targeting, a midlife,
Yeah.
demographics. So those type of colors might just appeal to people that are a little bit older. Sometimes, I mean, I like wearing dark colors sometimes, but sometimes a lot of older people like wearing like darker colors or solid colors and things. And then the bronze would be considered a brand texture. And it's just something complimentary. It doesn't necessarily reflect anything. And it can be male or feminine,
Okay.
masculine or feminine.
Okay. So, and of course, there's going to be some women who already have their businesses, because you mentioned that it's not all startups that come to you. Mm-hmm. Can a person change their brand if they've already had their business for a while, or change their logo, or is it better just to stick with what you've been doing?
No, you can definitely change your brand. I actually recommend changing your brand probably every 3 to 4 years. And when you think about like big companies like Apple, specifically, let's talk about Apple, they've changed or they've rebranded their logo and their brand details like multiple times over the last 10 to 15 years. It's been a completely different look and feel. I remember when I was much younger, but like they used to have the really big computers and they were like in really bright colors and stuff. And they have a completely different look and feel. I think Windows has done it too. So rebranding is very, very common. And specifically for your website, you should definitely be updating it every 3 to 4 years, not just the content, but literally the complete look and feel of it, just because of the changing technology. So you always want to make sure that you're up to date with whatever the times are. Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought that you could, have your website done, your logo done, and be done with it. But a good point about Apple, because I guess their design now is more of a sleek to it. Yeah.
And you can also think of Wells Fargo, McDonald's, all of them have done like a different look and feel, which even is the structure and shapes of their buildings.
So, is this a good time? We're in the midst of a pandemic, and of course, a lot of people are self-reflecting. Is this a good time to start a business, in your opinion?
Definitely, definitely.
Why?
So, okay, right now, during the pandemic, almost everybody is online. So like maybe before the pandemic, 60% of people were like actively online all the time. But now we're required to have just a higher technical ability because we aren't able to go into the office, or we're maybe not able to meet in person, things that we would have done to avoid, being online. Even just right now, us being on a Zoom meeting, this could have been something pre-pandemic that it might have been in person, the recording, and I might not have needed to know how to even access Zoom. So right now is a great time because your audience is already right online, right in front of you. So if you are, launching your website, posting on Facebook, the audience, the number of people that you're going to get in front of is much higher than it was, let's say 2 years ago.
Okay. So real quick, we have to go soon. What are you have a marketing package, a website package, or is it all combined?
It's all in one. So just from, working the last 7, 8 years doing this, we've kind of developed different things, a lot of trial and error. And what we've come to find is that you shouldn't be doing a website if your brand is not together. You shouldn't be doing a brand if you don't know who you are, who your competitors are, who your target persona is. So we have a package called Simply Branded, where we combine the brand narrative and identity consulting, the brand design, and then the website design, so that you're able to completely brand or rebrand your company. And it's all in one swoop, and it's a pretty seamless process to get you the best outcome, when you're done with everything.
Perfect. So if someone wants to reach you, how would they reach you, Adrian?
Yeah, so I can be reached at Adrian, Adrian, at brandwithamw.com. And so that's my initials, Adrian M. White. I also can be reached, you can go to my website, brandwithamw.com. I have a YouTube page, Brand and Convert with Adrian M. White. You can check out for branding, web design, and marketing advice. And if you want to book a call with me, you can go to uniquebrands.convert.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. And we would definitely have you back because a lot of the ladies are going to be starting businesses and they need lots and lots of tips. So
Okay.
thank you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.